Esther 6. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. And Yah is an extremely jealous El. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And Yah is short for YahWeh, Yahweh, Yod He Vav He. There's no difference. It's like saying Dan, Daniel, Daniel with an E. What is the difference? It does matters when people say that Sam, Phil, Bob, and Aaron are the same name, because they're not. And no one in their right mind would ever believe that. And only a fool believes that a hammer can force its master to do something. We are the hammer. To do something, believe something, same thing. You're still trying to force something upon something that created you. It's a complete joke. You're literally just being laughed at by the creator. Seriously. There was no letter J in the Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic texts because the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua, and I strongly believe that the son of Elohim's name, Yehoshua, means Yahweh is salvation. Esther 6. On that night the sleep of the sovereign fled, and he commanded to bring the book of the records of the annals, and they were read before the sovereign. And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana, B-I-G with a line on top of it, T-H-A-N-A, and Teresh, T-E-R-E-S-H, two of the sovereign's eunuchs, the doorkeepers, who had sought to lay hands on sovereign Ahasuerus. Then the sovereign said, "What has been done in value or in greatness to Mordecai for this?" And the sovereign's servants who attended him said, "Naught, N-A-U-G-H-T, has been done for him." And the sovereign said, "Who is in the court?" Now Haman had come into the outer court of the sovereign's palace to speak to the sovereign to hang Mordecai on the wooden structure that he had prepared for him. And the sovereign's servant said to him, "Look, Haman is standing in the court." And the sovereign said, "Let him come in." And when Haman came in, the sovereign asked him, "What is to be done for the man whom the sovereign delights in to value?" Now Haman thought in his heart, "Whom would the sovereign delight to value more than me?" That's how full of himself he is. He literally thinks that he's worshiping the creator, and then he's like the creator's son. It's like, get out of here, you bum. In comparison to YahWeh, you're just a piece of dust, like the rest of us. But he chooses to love us little pieces of dust anyways. Most people would just sweep it out the door. And Haman answered the sovereign, "For the man whom the sovereign delights to value, let a royal robe be brought which the sovereign has worn, and a horse on which the sovereign has ridden, one with a royal crest placed on its head." Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Haman really wants to be sovereign, like hardcore. He wants to be worshipped. This man would commit genocides just to be worshipped. You know how I know that? Because he's willing to kill someone that looks like a bum just outside the gates. Just because they're outside the gates. Hitler was like that too. So was Churchill. So was Trump. So was Nixon. In fact, so was Kennedy. But Kennedy learned from his ways, but he was still a fool. Anyone who says, "I'm going to tell you something really important in 14 days, isn't going to tell you anything in 14 days because they'll be dead before then. That was his way of telling the elites to kill him. And then when he got shot at with like literally 3 or 4 different calibers of guns, bullets, and all that crap, it was... And then their government was like, "Yeah, this guy who has an alibi, nah, let's throw him under the bus. Oswald, Listen, man, even though it was literally way up compared to you being down on the ground with all your colleagues and actually having complete eyewitnesses, and the cops lied the whole time and messed everything over for their own well-being, we're still gonna blame you for using this bullet that wasn't even shot at the car. And then we'll make up a bunch of joke theories about how you were actually standing in the crowd in the field when you did it. That's why the bullets look like it's coming from down there, because it actually shot from over there, but if you watch the video footage, it shows bullets coming from there and there and there and there and casings all over the place. But I mean, what do we know? I don't have a PhD, so I'm stupid. That's what retards think. Don't be a fool. Use your brain. Anyways, back to Haman and his high and mightiness. And let this robe and horse be given into the hand of one of the sovereign's most noble princes. Let them dress the man whom the sovereign delights to value, and make him ride on horseback through the city square, and proclaim before him, this is done to the man whom the sovereign delights to value. He's so excited, it's an exclamation mark. He ah. And the sovereign said to Haman, hurry, take the robe and the horse, as you have spoken, and do so for Malachi, the Yehudi, who sits in the sovereign's gate. Let no word fail of all that you have spoken. And Haman took the robe and the horse, and robed Mordecai, and led him on horseback through the city square, and proclaimed before him, thus it is done to the man the sovereign delights to value. Then Mordecai went back to the sovereign's gate, but Haman hurried to his house, mourning and with covering head, because he's like, I'm not the best of the world. I wonder if he kills himself after this. I mean, I really hope he doesn't, because that means his soul is gone forever, but I don't know. From what I've read in the Bible of people not being the first in line and them just going home and killing themselves, like that guy who hung himself, or the other guy who's like, follow me, you're not going to follow me, I'm going to follow on you, and then I'm going to follow myself. It's like, when they mean falling on you with the sword, they're talking about killing you. But anyways, and when Haman related to his wife Zeresh and all his loved ones, all that had befallen him, his wise men and his wife Zeresh said to him, if Mordecai, before whom you have begun to fall, is from the seed of the Yehudim, you are not going to prevail against him, but certainly fall before him. While they were still speaking with him, the sovereign's eunuchs came and hurried to bring Haman to the feast which Esther had prepared. Okay, so by the sounds of it, he has a little more self-dignity and self-control than to just kill himself just because he's not first in line. I'll give him that. That's good. I mean, he might still just do it, but let's hope he doesn't.